Hey my Sagittarius babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. This is going to be Sagittarius and Taurus. Sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I just got finished doing Taurus and Sagittarius, so I waited about an hour and a half. I wanted to make sure the energy was clear. The Taurus and Sagittarius reading was a piece of work. Taurus is not happy. Taurus is very angry right now with its Sagittarius. Mind you, this reading might not be about that Sagittarius, but I have a strange feeling it's probably going to be. Now, the difference in energy, without looking at the cards and knowing whatever, Taurus is, Sagittarius is kind of happy. I feel like I want to get out there and do something on the dance floor. I'm just saying, that's the energy. Housekeeping. Thank you to all my subscribers for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, the whole nine. Thank you very much. I appreciate it more than y'all know. Big heart to y'all, big heart. So this will be 9 cards on the board. 3 for the recent past, 3 for current, and 3 for future energy. If I could shuffle the cards today. It will be an enhanced reading because I have just handicapped myself. I can't do nothing without 2 decks now. I don't care where I am. But it is what it is. I don't mind. I'm pretty sure y'all don't. What else? A reminder that I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Sagittarius, what the hell? What the fuck y'all got going on right here? Oh yeah, let me shuffle this one more time. They ain't even coming up off the board. Alright. I don't know, Sagittarius. What kind of fuckery are y'all into today? Okay. See if we can get them cut. These are the cards that I will do for the Oracle. Her name, Colette Baron-Reid. Those are her cards. Alright, Sagittarius. Let's get this kicked off. Oh, y'all are doing some stuff. Y'all are doing some stuff. Alright, so your overall energy, Sagittarius, is hope. And the bottom end is triumph and success. From the recent past with your Taurus, solitude, mental conflict, and rest and rejuvenate. Your current energy, suffering in silence. Your centerpiece and your challenge card, patience. Into your current energy, harmony. Future energy, recognition and reward. Triumph, oh boy. And discontent and boredom. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to wait till I get the other deck on the board before I say a word. Overall energy, the hope card is pulling the High Priestess. Triumph and success. If I was reading it in reverse, it would be the Empress. Sideways. Solitude pulls 9 of Wands. Mental conflict pulls Queen of Wands. Rest and rejuvenate pulls 6 of Wands. Damn, y'all in this. Suffering in silence pulls the 5 of Swords. Patience, overall, your centerpiece and your challenge, 9 of Cups. Harmony pulls the Chariot in the exact same spot that they pulled it for Taurus. So, okay, that's my indication. This is the other side of that reading. Future energy, recognition and reward pulls the Moon card. Triumph pulls the Ace of Swords. Discontent and boredom pulls the 2 of Cups. I believe the Ace of Swords was the overall energy for Taurus. Ooh, wow. Okay, So this is not going to resonate with everybody, and forgive me, I'm just turning my fan around. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but I'm pretty sure this is the bookend to Taurus and Sagittarius. There's too many similarities here, and it's too many explanations as to why Taurus is pissed off. Your overall energy, Sag, with your Taurus, the High Priestess sitting on top of the Hope card is not really telling me anything good. It's a manipulation. I don't know. This is usually talks to me about intuition, but the whole girl is talking about manipulation right now. And I'm not understanding why the manipulation is there, Sagittarius? Question mark? And I have to say it as it's coming to me, you are hoping that you don't get caught. I had to put it where it was. Okay, now half the people have clicked off and moved on to the next video. I'm sorry. If you are looking for warm fuzzies, same thing I said for Taurus. This is not going to be your reading. This is a difficult one at best, because it explains why Taurus is fucked up and it's not good. The bottom end of your energy, Sagittarius, with the triumphant success and the Empress, and the energy is reversed. She popped out reversed, and she's not talking English right now. So there's a problem, I guess, with some of you trying to recognize your self-worth for whatever that, no pun intended, for whatever that's worth, Sagittarius. You're trying to figure out. It feels like a lot of y'all are just overwhelmed. Intimidated would be the word I would probably use if I weren't here. That's not the appropriate word, because it's too strong and it's not delivering the message I needed to deliver. Overwhelmed is probably more to the point. It just feels like a lot of you are overwhelmed with your partner who happens to be a Taurus, and you can't, it's too much for you. Taurus is too grounded. Your Taurus is too grounded. Your Taurus is too serious. Your Taurus is too organized. Your Taurus ain't playing. And y'all are just like, the fuck? I didn't know it was going to be like this when I got here. Sorry, hate to tell you, that's exactly what you got is a real Taurus. That's the only thing I can tell you. Whatever it is that you're trying to manipulate in this situation, whatever it is you're trying to finagle, whatever it is you're trying to hooky dookie, it's probably not going to work, because the one thing that you're missing about your Taurus is that your Taurus is very consistent. Your Taurus doesn't do a whole lot of shit out of character. Taurus does what Taurus does. And for some of you, that seems to be the problem. They don't ever, Taurus never gets out of this, your Taurus just never gets out of character. It's the same thing. That's what's missing off the board, but that's exactly what's coming back. A lot of you are in this relationship because of money. Be mindful, there are no coins on this board. None. So, and I don't know why it's directing me here, but for some of you, it may be a thing about you not being as stable as you think your Taurus is financially, and it's just kind of sending y'all apeshit, because while y'all are trying to struggle and do stuff, your partner's like, fuck you, I got that. I got that, and I got that too. And why don't you have it? And I think, if I'm understanding and hearing clearly, a lot of you thought that your Taurus was going to be a bit more generous when it came to the money, but it seems like your Taurus is more concerned with keeping the bills paid and keeping things in the house as they are versus trying to spend money on bullshit. No pun intended. But that's the message that's coming back. When we're dealing with your recent past with solitude and the 9 of Wands on it, all this top energy up here in the recent past is you. So it's all fire, fire, and fire. With the 9 of Wands on the solitude, a lot of you are just in your head, overblowing, over-exaggerating, just because you just were overwhelmed. And so it seemed like whenever this hits you, Because y'all are in a certain space right now, Sagittarius. This is not no float around energy. Y'all are in a certain kind of space. And you're feeling, I almost want to say you're feeling confined. Smothered, if that's the word. And, okay, so I said that word. Now that just triggered a whole bunch of other stuff. You're fire. Your Taurus is earth. And what do you do when you put a fire out? You put dirt on it. I'm just saying. And that's what happened. You feel smothered. You feel it's too much organization. It's too much stability. It's too much for you. And at some point, y'all had to go sit in the corner. And this is where the communication, Taurus, if you're cross-watching, this is where the communication piece, this is the breakdown in the communication. The Sagittarius is feeling, has felt overwhelmed. And so in their head, they have just started a 5-alarm fire because they don't understand all this organization, the lack of spontaneity. Now, I'm going to come back to that, Taurus. I know y'all like, lady, you telling on us. Really, I'm not. But I want y'all to understand the full picture from both sides. That's why I'm doing this. So you're clear, because there may be bits and pieces y'all can't articulate to each other because they're new, the feeling is new, the emotion is new to you, or just dealing with this person and you just can't pinpoint where your emotions and your feelings are. So that's why I'm giving you both readings at the same time so you can see what the other one is trying to do and what they're thinking. Sagittarius, when y'all got done sitting in the corner, y'all went playing. Now, in the Taurus reading, the King of Wands, I think, showed up in the 3rd spot in the recent past. Here's the Queen. So, I'm going to say maybe some of y'all might have been doing something. And I put this on Taurus before as well in their reading. For some of them might have been messing around. In this reading, I will say to you, Sagittarius, some of y'all, maybe a little more than some of y'all, messing around. And what it is, it's the mental conflict that's got y'all fucked up. Because on the one hand, you like having home. You like knowing that, you know, when you cut the lights on, they're going to be on, and the electric company didn't come and cut your shit off. Or when you cut the air on, the air come on because the electric company didn't come and cut your shit off. Or when you go to your gas stove to cook some sausage, it fires right up because the gas bill has been paid. And see, y'all don't think like Taurus. We think we want that damn sausage cooked. Somebody got to pay the gas bill. And it's not a knock on anybody one way or the other. This is about understanding the differences in ourselves and how we can blend them together to have better relationships. Sagittarius, Taurus, I'm talking to you now. They don't understand the practicality in life because they're fire. Come on. Their whole sole purpose is to stir up passion and to just glow. That's where it is. That's what they do. When it comes to some of the finer details about getting things done, this is not to say Sagittarius can't do it. The thing is, it's not Sagittarius, it's priority. For us, it's a priority, but for Sagittarius, it is not. When you get overwhelmed, Sagittarius, the tendency is to look outside the boat and see if there is something else. Maybe a little greener grass on the other side of the fence. This is what's coming back from your recent past energy. For whatever reason, this should look like this. It didn't pop off like that. And you ended up getting kicked to the corner and then for a little rest and rejuvenate. So let me put it in plain English. Whatever kind of little side something you were trying to kick off didn't kick off. That's what happened. I don't know if the other person cut it or you cut it because you got scared, but you did not get to a higher level with this person at all. There were no higher goals, no promotion, none of that bullshit. And for some of you, this is more than one person, and you got cut out by more than one person, Sagittarius. I'm sorry. I'm going to say, from what I can hear, maybe some of you scared potential third-party mates away because you're generating so much of this other energy from your relationship. I'm going to just throw that up against the wall. Whoever it's supposed to be for, y'all know. In your current energy, Sagittarius, with the 5 of Swords sitting on top of suffering in silence, you've been thinking about changing your attitude, but you still got a whole bunch of unhealthy, fucked up thinking patterns. You still up here with the 9 of Wands. exaggerating the whole problem instead of communicating. This is a communication card. It's air. And air is the thing that makes fire. Fire. Hello? Y'all are up in your heads and you're suffering in silence instead of talking to your Taurus. Taurus, are you listening? Cross watchers? That's why Taurus is angry. You subsequently, Sag, you're sitting in the corner with a whole bunch of unhealthy thought patterns. Y'all are fucked up. And this, like I said, this is not for everybody. It's only going to be for a select few folk. But it's a reading, nonetheless. But a lot of y'all are fucked up because even the third party people are like, nah, I'm straight. Never mind. You good. And that should be telling you something, Sag. That should be telling you something. You need to be communicating with your partner. And I think the universe has probably put some of you in that situation to just get kicked to the curb by a third party so you can come back to this. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. I don't see the cards that I want to see here for a karmic situation. It might be for some of you a soulmate, a twin flame, however that's resonating. I don't see those direct ties like I like to see. However, I will say with the High Priestess up here, your overall energy, there may be some toxic energy in this relationship. Sagittarius, this is on you because you're not communicating with your partner. When you get to your centerpiece in the current energy, your challenge card, Patience with the 9 of Cups sitting on top, this is not going to be about victory and success unless you have some patience. And I think that might be in and of itself the problem. You don't have any patience. You don't want to take the time to put the work in for the relationship. The rest of the Sagittariuses have now clicked off the video and have moved along. And I'm only putting it out here because I want you guys to have good relationships. That has been my struggle all of my adult life, trying to have a decent relationship with some man. It's always been an issue. It's always been something. And it's usually because I don't understand them or they don't understand me. And then you add in other quirky shit like being psychic and some other shit. It can be complicated. And if I don't have children, but if you got kids and you're in a situation, you know, that in and of itself can be an issue. You got other people to deal with. You're dealing with kids, there's always two parents. You know, where's the mama, where's the daddy, baby mama, baby daddy. So I'm not fussing, I'm not judging, I get it. But the issue here, Sag, you need to have some patience. If this is what you want to be committed to, and see the thing that I feel, which is kind of funny to me, you like your relationship, you love your Taurus, but this one little thing of, I don't know, maybe it's a 7-year itch. I don't think I'm talking to anybody that's been in a relationship that long, but is that what it is? Are you getting antsy, restless? And that happens when you have a very stable partner that's not doing a whole lot of monkey tricks. Taurus, I'm coming back to you. Just sit tight. But that happens when you're in a relationship with someone who's stable. Even if they don't have all the money in the world, stability, a lot of times we mess up words with money. Prosperity, stability. It doesn't have anything to do with money. It's about how you're living your life. Hello. Work with me, people. How you're living your life. And you like how Taurus is living their life because they bring that damn boom to the room. And the boom don't go nowhere. Every month it's the same thing. You ain't had, and I'm going to say this because I'm hearing it. A lot of you have come out of relationships where shit was fucked up. When you went to cut the stove on, the gas wasn't on. So now, Sagittarius, let me say this to you. You're going to have to pick your struggle. You're going to have to pick your struggle. And now that I'm saying that, let's just talk about the Who Ride card. You're going to have to pick your struggle. If you want harmony, the bullshit, no pun intended, is going to need to take a ride. If you want harmony in this relationship with your Taurus, if not, there's the Who Ride card anyway. Pick a direction and go. And at the same point, just like it was with Taurus and Sagittarius, so it is with Sagittarius and Taurus. If you cut it off right here, then go. Don't be indecisive. Don't monkey around with your Taurus in the Taurus's time. I'm telling you, and I say the same thing to Taurus about Sagittarius, and we'll say it. Taurus, don't monkey around with Sagittarius in the event that this energy is reversed. Don't monkey around with each other's time. Make a decision to roll out. Sagittarius, if that's the case. But understand, if you want harmony in your relationship, you're gonna have to open your mouth. That is right there. Crystal clear. If not, if you don't make this decision, Sagittarius, and this is what I didn't say to Taurus, because the energy didn't come like this. If you don't make this decision, your Taurus is going to make it for you, and they're going to leave you. And I don't think that's Taurus's first instinct. You may not be living together. It is still the issue and question of stability, Sag. That's exactly what I'm getting. Y'all like that grounded, earthy shit. But you don't like the things that make that grounded, earthy shit such as it is. You don't like that. You like to party. Before I started this reading, I always listen to some music. And just usually something jazz related. And it happened to be Boogie Oogie Oogie by Taste of Honey from 1970 Oogie Eye. But it was a rendition, somebody remade it, and it was real funky. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready to do the Sagittarius reading. Now I get it. Y'all are busy trying to hang out and come home, but then you want to complain about how the home is being kept, and you're not participating in this. You, again, in your head too much. You need to talk to your Taurus. If you want to stay in this, this is your challenge. You need to have patience. Have the patience to make this wish come true. If this is what you want to do. Once again, if you don't, there's the hoorah card. Go ahead. It's crystal clear to me. When you get to your future energy with the moon card sitting on top of the recognition and reward, that would be a reversal too, pretty much. Well, secrets will come out. Recognition, reward my ass. If you stay in a relationship, Sagittarius, and you keep hanging on to these secrets and you keep not communicating, they're going to come out. One way or the other. If you haven't told whatever little bullshit, and I'm not going to even go that far and say you need to tell it. You figure that out on your own if that's going to work to tell it. I know in every situation, you can't tell your partner the total truth all the time. Let's just be for real, because they're going to take it and not deal with all the intricacies. I understand what's going on. I understand why y'all are doing this. You're overwhelmed with all this regular shit. But your Taurus might, you turn around and tell it, your Taurus might not get it. However you want to look at this, the energy popping off of this, all that shit you got hidden and trying to hide. Gonna be some recognition on that shit, and whatever the reward is. So the word here, Sag, is if there's something you need to tell, if there's something you need to clean up and not tell, however that's resonating with you, you need to hurry up. Your future energy is telling me it's gonna come out. In order to be successful in this relationship, if we got to resort to pencils and papers with check boxes and yeses and nos, well, damn it, let's do it. I'm so sorry. You forgive me? Yes or no? Whatever it is, Sagittarius, if you want to keep this relationship, and I'm going to say it again, I feel it every time I say it. Y'all like the stability of your Taurus. You love that. But then y'all want to fly around and act like, you know, you almost like some of you get mad at your Taurus because they're keeping the house going. You can't party and maintain a relationship. You can't party all the time and maintain a relationship. You can't be flirting and fucking around with fuckery all the time if you're trying to maintain a relationship. If something has happened in the relationship, Sagittarius, you need to get busy and start talking to your Taurus instead of dodging the issue with a bunch of bullshit. No pun intended. Future energy. If you want to triumph, get that pencil, piece of paper out, and start writing them check boxes. If you can't talk, write them down. I'm just saying. At the end of that, you know, discontent and boredom. And that this is sitting underneath the Chariot on top of the Harmony card. If your relationship is doing this to you, Sagittarius, we're going to go right back up here with the same thing. If it's not exciting enough for you, if it's not enough spontaneity in it, first thing you do, start talking. But if you're going to continue to feel discontent, if you're going to continue to throw that energy into it, the Two of Cups is going to be empty. I'm just saying. And you're not, in the reverse, it's about too much emotion. What is really pounding back off of this is that you're not putting enough emotion into this, Sagittarius. You for whatever reason, and I'm going back to this, whatever it is overwhelming you, that's got you in your head, and your Taurus just being whatever your Taurus is being. Take it to your Taurus. Get out of your head. Quit yapping to everybody else and go talk to your Taurus. You want this to be successful. Right there. You're going to have to be patient with yourself, Sag. Let go of some of this bullshit and sit down and start doing some work with your partner. That's the only way I know. That's the only way I can say it. Some of you, it feels like you've already made the decision to leave. And for another group of you, it feels like you want to stay, but you don't know how to communicate to your Taurus about what's going on, and have been struggling with that for some time. If you need help, Sag, go get you some damn help. If you need to talk to somebody to find out how to talk to your Taurus. Because again, it's strong. Y'all really don't want this to go away. You really don't. But you know your Taurus is nagging you about your freedom and what they think you aren't contributing to the pot. Just throwing that out there. Let's see what the Oracle cards are saying. The Spirit Whisperer, the Word Lord, ooh, that's me, the Phoenix, the Ice Queen, Lady of Lightning. Ooh, wow. All right. So this is, for those of you that don't know, Colette Baron-Reid. Those are my Oracle cards. And the way that she does these is the artwork. I like the artwork. It's cool. But she does it, it's either ally energy or challenge energy. And so depending on how reading is, it depends on what I pick up off this card. So for the Spirit Whisperer, it's about divine guidance and higher knowing. And I'm going to go with both of those because I think you need some divine guidance. Sagittarius, if you need to get a notebook and a pencil or a pen, start journaling, saying some mantras, getting up in the mirror in the morning, talking about how much you love yourself, and some other shit. Do it. And seek the divine guidance so you can have some higher knowing about what you need to do. If you ask the universe, and for those of you that believe in fairies and unicorns and angels and whatever, start talking to these folk so they can point you. I promise you, if you ask the universe, if you ask your guardian, anybody in the other realm to help you, I promise you, they will help you. I asked for help today, and I think I got more than I needed. So just know that if you feel like you don't have a human being to talk to, if you're a Christian, come on now, Muslim, Jew, whatever, find your creator and ask for help. The Word Lord, communication, praise, and dishonesty. Let's just do communication and dishonesty. Sag, it's not going to happen if you don't communicate. It's the word, Lord. Come on. Does it get any clearer than that? You got to communicate with your partner. I know it's hard to be vulnerable in front of somebody, but this is supposed to be the person that you love. So you can't get vulnerable with them? Why are you there? I'm just saying, if that's how you feel about it, if you don't feel safe enough, and it could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe you don't think you've been with this person long enough to share, but if you're in any kind of relationship, you're going to have to communicate, baby. You cannot not communicate. You can't just shut it down and walk out the door and, show up 8 hours later and, folks be wondering where you are. It's not going to happen like that. The Phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change. It is what it is. Surrendering to change, and for a lot of you, this is exactly what this is about. This is exactly what this is about. A lot of you have been in relationships where you didn't have to communicate, or the person that you were with didn't give a fuck if you communicated because all they were interested in was the sex, the money, the drugs, or whatever. Come on, I'm keeping it real. This may be new, scary shit for you. Feeling overwhelmed. You need to surrender to the change, Sag. It's time. It's time. If you want to continue to feel those warm fuzzies I feel right now because you're with your Taurus and you know your Taurus got the back end of all things. Yeah, you are going to have to surrender to change. If you don't, I don't know. Like I said, this card landed in the same spot for Taurus. I'm pretty sure it did. So, both of you have the option to stay or go. But it is much stronger for Taurus with the leaving part. Much stronger. The Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. I'm going with non-action and entitlement. Continue to non-act. Act with the communication. Yeah, you're going to be out in the snow, period. Non-action and entitlement. In that entitlement piece, if you feel like your Taurus owes you something, that's the other part of that. Okay, that's entitlement. Do they really owe you anything? What are you bringing to the table? And what are you doing for your Taurus? And those are things that, honestly, you should think about. If you feel like you're entitled to something, why are you entitled to it? Because your name is Jane Doe? Okay, we're going to work on that. Something to think about, Sagittarius. And maybe you don't see yourself coming off that way, but I guarantee you, your Taurus is going, yep. People cross-watching right now. You know that's just like her. I'm just saying. The Lady of Lightning. Surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Surprises and sometimes shock. I'm going to go with those. If you are patient with yourself, Sag, you might surprise yourself. You might actually shock yourself at what you're capable of accomplishing. But you got to be patient with yourself. I'm just saying. I threw the card here on top of your challenge. Surprises, sometimes shock. Surprise yourself, Sag. Start talking. Start talking so you can get this, because you want this. You really, I feel it so strong, it's not even funny. Y'all want this. You want this relationship, but y'all are just, it's not enough fire and excitement for you. I'm going to leave a reading there, Sagittarius, with your Taurus. I love you guys. I do. I hope this helps everybody so everybody can at least be on the road to having better and healthier relationships. Have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.